And we are back to the Unleashed Voice radio show for the LGBTQ community here on AM 990 KWAM. And before we took our break, we were talking to the mayoral candidate of Memphis, Tennessee, Mike Williams. And we were just talking about the importance of supporting all citizens in Memphis, regardless of who they are. And we want to just say publicly, we thank you for accepting our invitation to come on our radio show to air out your issues. And we want to open up our phone lines for any of our listeners to call in. The area code is 901-260-5926 if you would like to ask Mr. Williams any questions.
I got a question.
Okay.
I thought this was very interesting.
What's that?
All lives matter.
All lives matter.
We had I was an in-service, so I couldn't come. You had a prayer visual.
Yes.
In front of City Hall.
Yes.
And I saw some pictures. Some of my preacher friends are mad because you stand on the premises of all lives matter, and I stand on that premises too.
Why?
But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But I thought it was interesting. I saw a guy standing there with a Confederate flag.
Yes.
And so my rebuttal to my preacher friend was, hey, all lives matter. Now, I do agree that the flag should come down off the Capitol in these southern states. But if this person chooses to pay reverence to this flag in their dwelling and they want to put it on their truck or whatever, that's their business.
Yes.
And so, believe it or not, their lives matter too. If they want to come for prayer, let them come for prayer.
Exactly.
So go ahead and give me some of that.
Well, we got to stop just talking it. In order for Memphis to come together and to be the progressive city that it has to be, that it has the potential to be, we have to come to the table with our cups empty.
Okay.
And we have to say, you know what? We can be disagreeably in our disagreement. I don't run my house like you run your house.
Okay.
But when it comes to conducting business, when it comes to moving the city forward, when it comes to city government, that's not my house.
Right.
Okay? So you have to take all factors into consideration when you're dealing with people. I may be one of the happiest people around, and you may be dealing with grouches all over the place,
Right.
liars all over the place, deceivers all over the place. But at the same time, the Bible tells me to turn the other cheek. It tells me to show love. It tells me to be compassionate. It tells me to allow my God to do the work.
Absolutely.
And I'm just supposed to live on the principles of treat my neighbor as I would want to be treated. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't go through life because it's going to make you have a very unhappy. I like being happy. I do. I like enjoying life. So when I put the thing out, and a lot of people already say, well, he just for the police or he just for city employees. And I wish the mayor, the current mayor, would have come down. I wish some city councilmen would have come down.
Yeah.
To just pray for our city. At some point, you got to give it over to God.
I agree.
You got to give it over to God because evidently all of this that's going on now is not working. It is not working. So if we can come together to pray in earnest, in earnest, then we can change some things. And I think Memphis is moving because I was amazed at the type of people, the different ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds that actually came out. And I said, no speeches.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? No agendas.
You did.
We're just going to come out and pray to God that he bless this city and that he change this city. And I truly meant that,
That was good.
I want to get back to something you said earlier. We have a little echo. Okay. Thank you. You said that the city government and the elected officials have to understand that this is not their house.
That is correct.
And in the concept of having a government, when our forefathers decided that they wanted a government, something that they ran from, and they set up, our Constitution, and that the government is supposed to act on behalf of the people that elect them to could go there and serve and to serve their area that they represent. And so in the grand scheme of things, how can we get back to doing the work for the people as opposed to doing the work of the person in the seat and running their agenda And I know we have a lot of lobbyists and a lot of people that pay, you know, I don't know, but I have.
Oh, you're right. You're definitely correct.
So, and to take the big business, because I drive down the street, okay? And I hit pothole after pothole after pothole. It's awful. I mean, it's almost as if I didn't have a new car, my car would be ready to go park it somewhere because it would be torn up. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that it's relatively new, that it could sustain all those blows from the potholes. So back to the government thing. Right. I'm trying to figure out if you're elected mayor. Mm-hmm. What would be some of the things that you would try to put out for the ordinary citizen like me to help us understand and get more encouraged and engaged with the government?
Well, first of all, we have to give the government back to the people because you were definitely on target. I believe that the current administration and many of the city councilmen that are currently sitting do not have your best interests at heart, and they could care less about your welfare. Mm-hmm. I pay my tax dollars for core services. That's me. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't pay my tax dollars to empower those that are already rich, mm-hmm. and that's what they're doing. You know.
Do we have a caller?
Yes.
Okay. You want to take a call, or you want to go ahead and answer your question?
Let me finish this.
Okay.
So. I explain to people when I go out, and I guess it's an oddity. I flip it back on them. If you're not ready to go to work, mm-hmm. if you're not ready to become responsible, if you're not ready to move this city forward, don't vote for me.
I agree with that.
Don't vote for me because I can't do it by myself. And Mike Williams, you know me, I'm not the type of guy. Look, I run a multi-million-dollar organization right now, and it has become successful.
It has.
You know? But that's because I allow people to actually do what they can do. I don't have all of the answers. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Mike Williams is like the brainiac. And no. When you run an organization such as a city, mm-hmm. you incorporate those in which you serve. Mm-hmm. And my job is to be able to take a lot of the suggestions that are given and to be able to look at those suggestions, and then I don't make the final decision on those. We vet those with our board. And because the board and everybody is incorporated, guess what? It runs a whole lot smoother. Everybody's happy. Everybody's being serviced. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is we collectively, so that's how come it's going to take the straight, the gay, the Jews, the Gentile, the black, the white, the Hispanic, the Asian, the Muslims. It's going to take all of us to be able to make this city what it has the potential to be. So Mike Williams not going to do it by himself.
So when you point me, I can wear my suit and pumps. Call, we got to call David. Let me throw you on all these voice.
You always want to be stupid.
I want my pump. No, David, you on the air?
No.
Go ahead, David.
Boy. I know. David, he up here playing with me, man. He playing with me, David. I'm good. How about you, Doc? Okay. Okay. Thank you. I know, man. I know. I had to break down them walls, baby. But I'm a citizen first. Right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't talk about Midtown.
Wait a minute, don't call my mama no baby. I'm playing.
You good, David?
David, you can't win for losing up in here. So you can imagine what it's like sitting in here. Jesus. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was. $6 million, buddy.
Nope.
What?
They gave $6 million to Central Station.
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's an animal. Hmm.
Hey.
Exactly.
I totally agree.
They're not creative thinkers, and they try to stay in the same old model of operation as has been done in the past and over again.
But hold on, David, we thank you. We gotta. I agree. Thank you for calling in, David. We gotta take a pause for the calls, and we're gonna hold right there. We're gonna come right back to that what you were saying. Cut the song on so I can see Mike do this move.
Thank you, David.
You know, nay. Do the nay. Mike doing the nay. This is the ugly sports. We're gonna take a pause for the calls. We'll be right back.
Sorry, you're